Please rise to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First on the agenda is roll call. Clerk Newbeck here, Treasurer Brown.
Here.
Trustee Hayward.
Here.
Trustee Morocco.
Here.
Trustee Nalamothu. Here. Trustee Tedder is absent at the moment, and Supervisor File will not be here this evening. Since Supervisor is not here, I would like to make a motion to appoint Treasurer Brown as acting chairperson for the April 1st, 2025 regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Board and public announcements. Board members and individuals in the audience may make a statement containing information about a recent or upcoming event. Anyone on the board? Carrie? Madam Clerk?
April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. Pinwheels for Prevention raises awareness in the community about the maltreatment of children and adolescents. The blue pinwheels represent happiness and hopefulness of childhood and encourage positive resiliency in our youth. Excuse me. If you're interested in participating in Pinwheels for Prevention, please reach out to the Clarkston Area Youth Assistance for more information. And that's all I have.
Anyone in the public? Seeing none. There are no public hearings. Presentations and report. We have John Elke, our ITV station manager, here to do a presentation of the year in review. It's all yours.
You passed up public comment. I'm sorry.
Oh, public comment? Seeing one? Sorry, my friend.
Mr. Brown. Hello, Mark Pedersen, 6716 Almond Lane. Good evening, members of the board. I come here to ask a request. It's been decades that since anybody would bring this up to anyone. October 18th through October 24th, 1957, the same month that Sputnik went in the air, my neighborhood was paved, the Clarkston Gardens subdivision. Almond Lane, Transparent, Snow Apple, Peach Plum Pear, Crab Apple, all of them. And I am still there today. We have a real bad problem with our roads. We have tried twice in the past 15 to 20 years to get our roads repaved through the county. And the problem is, nobody wants to pave our roads if it's still going to be continued as a cut-through. It's terrible. I invite all of you to feel free to just drive down there and drive through my neighborhood. I'm sure everybody in the township is at one point guilty of cutting through Almond Lane, Snow Apple, etc. And that's okay. However, we need some help in our subdivision. And I think one of the greatest helps that the township board could help us do is get us, or request from the county, to put up no-through traffic signs. Look, we have no-turn signs in there because the school was put in back in '99, and it supposedly was supposed to prevent the school buses and all the kids. That was the agreement that our neighborhood had with Oakland County. Well, it didn't exactly work out that way. The no turns in there are specifically for those kids not to be cutting through our neighborhood during morning time and evening time. That's why the no left turn from the school from Clarkston Road onto Snow Apple. And it's blatantly disregarded all the time. And yes, we do have our sheriff there a lot. My request from the board is to, if you could contact Oakland County and see if I don't know the legalities of this part, but if we could get at Almond, Transparent, Snow Apple, Wealthy, that the board just gave them few years back, $5,000, because they took it upon themselves to get the county to repave their road, but it's still being used as a cut-through. Church, looks like an absolute bomb went off. It's so disappointing. At one point in our community, that was the heart of our community right there. That was one of the reasons why a lot of people came here, because it was so nice. It was so, so beautiful. Now it looks like an absolute bomb went off. I really want to get my roads repaved. And nobody there will sign that petition unless somebody takes care of the cut-through traffic. Now, I know you did your SADs over there, and my concern over there is Chestnut. And why people would want to pay for Chestnut to be paved if it's just used as a cut-through. I mean, it's a lot of money, and neighbors get really upset. I'm not saying prevent people from coming down there. My point is, if they come down there and they're speeding and the deputy catches them, then they get 2 tickets for cutting through. If they have no business in there, if they're not residents and they're just driving through, then they would get 2 tickets. I'm not trying to be harsh about it, but our roads are just absolutely dangerous down there. And I'm sure all of you would agree if you drove down there. So my request is, if you have tri-party funds available, if the county says, no, well, we don't want to do that because we don't have the money, maybe we could check and see if we have tri-party funds to help them and help our neighborhood. Give us the incentive, because right now we have no incentive at all to ever pave Clarkston Gardens subdivision, because it is constantly used as school buses that are not picking up kids cutting through, and we have the problem from across the street. There's arteries and there's veins. Arteries would be Walden Road, Mabee Road, Sashball Road. But the veins are our neighborhoods. Now, everybody's going to do anything they can once 75 gets all tore up to get over here to Myers when it opens, which means they're going to be cutting through our neighborhood to get to Walden Road, to get to here, because traffic down here is going to be just an absolute train wreck. So if the board could kindly see in their hearts to ask Mr. Supervisor to check with Oakland County to see if we can get no-through traffic signs at Almond, Transparent, Snow Apple, Wealthy, and Snow Apple at Clarkston Road. I think that would give a lot of our residents some incentive to say, hey, okay, now we can do it. Now the township and the county actually cares about this.
I'll make sure that, because I do see notes being taken right now, so he'll get all that information for you. You are running up against your 5 minutes.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
We'll make sure he gets that information.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Elke.
It's a good April Fool's joke. You got me. I got up here right before. So I've got the projector warming up here, and we'll get started. I really appreciate the board's time today to allow me to come in today and speak about Independence Television and give an annual report about what we accomplished in 2024. It was suggested by our Video Center Administrative Board that I might start doing this a little bit more frequently, just to inform the trustees and everybody about what we have going on. So these are reports that I give at our quarterly Video Center Board meetings that we do. But I thought I'd bring our annual report to the board today just to let you know what's going on and what we have accomplished in 2024. So thank you very much for your time today. So I'm going to start out with serving the community and some different ways that we do so. These 3 pillars that you kind of see here are cable, live, and online. These are kind of based on the end of the year of 23 going into 24, but I just wanted to highlight some fun things that we did. On cable, we ran a successful Christmas Day movie marathon of 24 hours of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. We know that the Christmas time is great, big time for 24-hour movie marathons, so we thought we'd give a stab at it with some public access movies as well, and make some appointment viewing for our cable watchers. That was kind of fun to do. We're also trying some different techniques for broadcasting over cable. We're always kind of tinkering with our equipment and everything like that to make sure that we're at the top of the line, but also to make sure that everything's running smoothly. So that was something fun that we just tried to dip our hands in this past year to engage our cable audience in appointment viewing. From the live standpoint, also sticking with the holidays, we had a successful live Santa Claus call-in show on December 15th. We were one of many community access stations or public access stations that participated in this event, where people from Independence Township could watch on television in live time and call and talk to Santa Claus on TV and ask him what they want for Christmas and everything like that. So that was kind of fun to take in part. It was the first year that we partnered with organizations from Ohio and other community access stations to do something like this. So it was successful on our end. And I think if they're going to have us back, we'd love to participate again and kind of make this a new tradition for Independence television. So it's something fun that we got to do over the holidays. I will say we did go up against the Lions-Bills game, so ratings were a little bit skewed, but we did our best. There's not much you could do about Sunday Night Football. Online, we've successfully transitioned our feeds and streams to high definition, so not only can you watch on cable and on YouTube, but we also have live streams on our website that are in high definition as well. So you can watch everything live on independence.television.com too in high definition. So it's something that we have been working on to make this not transition, but essentially have another avenue for people to find us and watch us at all times, not only on YouTube, but also in real time on our website. And those channels are also embedded on Independence Township's website as well under our department page too. So you can certainly click on any channel you like and watch in real time. I'm going to go over some of the production highlights in 2024. You'll kind of see this photo. This was from Independence Fest this last year, the fireworks show. So I'm going to start on the public side. For those that don't know, we have three pillars that we really focus on from an Independence television. That's the public, the education, the government, or PEG. So I'm going to start with the public side. So here's some, I ran down some statistics of things that we produced in the community in 2024. We had 14 ribbon cuttings for the Chamber of Commerce this year, 4 live seminars broadcasted for the Clarkston Area Youth Assistance, 6 Music in the Park concert videos we did over the summertime, 87 total videos uploaded to Independence Television's YouTube page, 2 live parades broadcasted with holiday lights and Independence Day parade. You'll kind of see some different numbers there as far as viewership goes. I say live views compared to recorded views, and that's just people that were watching in live time and then compared to people that watched it after the fact. So just a little variation there. And then also at the bottom, you kind of see, we also record meetings for the City of the Village of Clarkston and the Clarkston District, Independence District Library. And we had 36 meetings last year for these two organizations that total over 2,500 minutes total. Down in the bottom corner, you'll also kind of see some partner organizations that we work with. The library, Family Farm, Farm and Garden Club, Clarkston Area Chamber of Commerce, and a number of other organizations that we have gotten to partner with and create videos for throughout 2024. So just a wide net, I guess, of the amount of people that we try to help throughout our community from the public side through the different productions that we do. And all those videos that we did do, like I said, you can find on our YouTube page, on Independence Television's YouTube page. So kind of move on to more of public studio shows. We had 3 rotating public shows that were created by members of the public in our studio. Conversations with Bill, Connecting Clarkston, and Inside Independence. We produced over 18 episodes in 2024 with about 3,100 views on YouTube, including the Meet the Candidates videos for the August primary that were done a part of Inside Independence. So happy to kind of have this studio space where people can use this to have their voice heard and create content for the community is one of the big things that we like to do. And these are 3 of our most, I'd say successful and recurring shows. So always happy to have them in studio to create their content. This is another show that we put together, and I say we, but it's really Matt Legato, our production coordinator, who is filling in for me tonight. also running this meeting. Thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate the help. But I just wanted to touch base on a show that he puts together monthly. It's called Michigan Moment. If you guys haven't watched this show or seen it yet, I encourage you to check it out. We publish a new video every month on the 26th of the month, because Michigan was the 26th state. And it's just about a 3 to 5 minute video of an interesting fact about Michigan. We actually had some school students use these as learning tools in school while they're doing their Michigan segment and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun to see a wide variety of these topics being covered, but also that there's a large audience for this that has grown over this past year. We did 11 videos last year in this, totaling 28,000 views, with our highest, the Detroit's Purple Gang, which was last February, which is over 20,000 views right now and still climbing. A lot of these videos, like I said, have found an audience where commenters are always coming back and looking forward to the next one, sharing these videos. So it's been kind of neat and fun to see this series kind of take off. Matt's done a really good job of researching different YouTube techniques as far as headline writing, the graphic and title cards that he puts together. He tries to make it unique and eye-catching, but it's one of our probably, in my opinion, best productions that we put together each month outside of everything else. Like I said, if you haven't checked this out, it's always on our Facebook page at Independence Television on Facebook, or you can find the whole collection on YouTube as well. Check it out if you got some time. You'll learn some fun things. So kudos to Matt, who puts that together, and the plethora of hosts that we've had this past year. It's something I'm extremely proud of that we get to do each month. Jumping over to the education side, I'm going to touch on a little bit of the statistics that we get to do with the school. So these are statistics from the PM media class that Matt Blow and everyone gets to do. We did 2 graduations live stream with Clarkston and Renaissance, 16 varsity sports broadcasted, 3 PSAs created for the district, and 12 Board of Education meetings, totaling about 950 minutes live stream. 8 award ceremonies as well, and 1 movie in the park night set up. So the fun thing about the education process is this is all work done by students. The staff is on hand to kind of help and be a guide for the students if they have questions or if they run into any technical aspects that they might not know how to solve. We're just on site to make sure that they can do it all. So they run cameras, they run the video switcher, they run the audio boards for all this stuff, and they do it, with the help of Matt Blow, who is the media production teacher. He's the one who created the PSAs, but for all the live events that they put together, it's part of this class, the PM media class. And if they pass this class with a passing grade, they can earn college credit to further their video production career to universities in Michigan, which I believe is Central and Saginaw Valley, if I'm not mistaken. So we're currently seeing a lot of the fruits of our labors start to branch out with students that started in the program, went to college, have graduated college, and are starting to get their first full-time job in the video production career, and it's because of stuff that they get to do like this. So this is a big feather in our cap as far as giving back to the community and training the next generation of video production professionals, and it's starting here in Independence Township. So something, again, we're extremely proud of, that students get to partake in this and also get to learn on equipment that is that they'll find in the field once they move past high school and beyond. So that's something that we like to kind of take pride in, is to make sure that we're top of the line as far as our equipment goes, so they're as prepared as possible for their career. So, and I also wanted to give a shout out for our summer intern, Tanner. He's at Michigan State right now, starting his career, but he worked on a film for the Michigan Thespian Festival with other students last year. It was called Out of Focus. It competed against films across the state, and the film placed in the highest category awarded at the festival, earning the prestigious Superior Short Film Award. So it was nice to kind of see students' work be recognized at such a high level, and he put in a lot of work along with the students as well, and he's continued to do great work at Michigan State. So just kudos to our intern, and they're doing really good work over that way. So From the government side of things, just some statistics as well from the production that we got to complete in 2024. We did 13 promotional videos or PSAs, including 3 episodes of The Township, which is a series we kind of started up not too long ago and are continuing. We broadcasted over 7,000 minutes across 61 government meetings in 2024. You see the little asterisk down there that'll list the different meetings that we do cover between trustees, zoning board, planning, downtown development authority, the CIA, and video center board. And also, one thing that we wanted to kind of note as well, that in April we went to Lansing to oppose HB 4964, a bill that threatened our franchise fees and PEG fees. I will say that we successfully defeated the bill in December. Michigan became one of the first states ever to defeat this bill. And where that is an extremely great thing and something to be celebrated about, it's something that we're going to have to continue to fight and continue to educate and let people know that where our franchise fees and our PEG fees, they are, dwindling. Streamers and website providers and everything like that are trying to avoid paying these fees, and it's something that they, as companies that are using the right of way, have to pay their fair share for using that, and they're trying to avoid doing that right now, and it's something that we need to stay on top of because it could threaten, obviously, a large chunk of our revenue from the township side from a franchise and PEG fee standpoint. So we are personally working with the state level community media associations and the national level community media associations to stay on top of language, to stay on top of any legislation that comes our way that we can make sure that we're in front of, like we did in the end of 23 and all through 2024. Not only did we go to Lansing, but we were on the phone with our representatives. We were on the phone, going to meet and greets with, senators and everything like that to talk to them, to tell them how detrimental a loss like this to our community would be. We're roughly about, a little under $800,000 between franchise fees and PEG fees annually. And if a bill like this passes where they change what a video service provider is, that could all go away instantly. Not only are we not collecting from the streamers that are properly using our right-of-ways, the cable companies that currently pay would also opt out of that as well, and that would be big-time loss for all of us. So it's something that from the township side, we're proud that we were able to be a steward of this money and to fight for all of this, the franchise and PEG fees, to keep that in Independence Township and keep it being used for the residents, because it's their land. We should be making sure that we collect that money properly for them. So a big success for us in 24, but something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on moving forward in 25. Not only that, we got to help launch the new logo for Independence Township with the creation of variant logos for departments to be named to be used across many branding platforms. We also did a promotional video that premiered here at the Trustees for the release of the new logo and used on the different social media sites and the website as well. So that was another big success for us from the government standpoint. Social media, this is just from the Independence Television side of things. I kind of broke down because we run a lot of different YouTube pages right now. Not only do we do the Township's YouTube page, Independence Television's YouTube page, but Clarkson Community Schools as well, and then a few student ones too for their announcements and everything like that. But as you can kind of see on the Independence Township's YouTube page, 26% of our audience comes from suggested content. So people are being suggested to watch our videos based on their viewing habits and stuff like that, which is kind of interesting in my mind, that our largest part of our audience comes from suggested content. Just as comparison, you can see Clarkson Community Schools, 56 is browser search for the school, so people are actively searching for Clarkson Community Schools, and 26% is coming from external sources. That's the television side, so links and stuff like that on websites is how people are finding us. So you can kind of see the different way that the residents are engaging us across so many different platforms on YouTube. Looking at Facebook, Instagram, and more of YouTube, content, interaction, and page visits increased in 24. Content reach and interactions increased with Instagram as well. A large part of that and success goes to Hannah Gray, our social media specialist. She does a great job of not only putting our content out there, but engaging our audience on all these different platforms in different ways. I find that she's extremely talented at using each platform and different ways to get the same message out almost to engage that audience. So looking at YouTube as well, Independence Television's page grew by 351 subscribers, with Michigan Moment having 6 of the top 10 videos viewed on our page for last year. So again, another plug for Michigan Moment. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Summer Media Camp. This is always fun. We've got our next Summer Media Camp coming up as well in July, but this past year for 2024, we had 15 campers, which is an increase of 5 from last year's 10. After expenses, we made $68, and that's without going into our budgeted $2,000 that we have. So camp is essentially funding itself at this point. We're not having to pay money, I guess, to fund camp. So all the registration fees and everything like that not only covers staff time, but materials and everything like that. We're making sure that it's self-sustaining at this point. And I have campers on a wait list for 25. We actually opened up registration a week ago, and we're already at capacity and probably going to be hitting a wait list here momentarily. So a lot of it is returning campers. We have a lot of new campers coming up, but it was maybe less than a week that we were filled up. So word's getting out, and it's nice to see that this has kind of taken off in the 3 years that we've gotten to do this, that people are enjoying this. So it's a 3-day camp that we have in July. It culminates with the dive-in movie that we partner with Independence Township Parks, Recs, and Seniors that we do out at Deer Lake Beach. So the kids after camp will all get to come and put up the screen and kind of set up the projector and see how everything works from behind the scenes, and then they get to spend time with their family and watch the movie. So it's a fun camp that we get to put together, but they also get to learn all about the video production side by putting together a newscast, putting together a podcast. We have a drone demonstration, GoPro demonstration, just a lot of fun things to show off equipment, but also get people interested in media as well. It's a little promotion for us too, that you can come and do this when you get a little bit bigger in high school and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like I said, it's been a fun program that we've gotten to do, and we're looking forward to another great year this year. 2024 successes. I touch on these a little bit. Last time I was here, it was a wonderful situation, but we were recognized by the Hometown Media Awards for overall excellence in public education or government access with a budget less than $300,000 annually. This is the first time that we've been recognized with this in the over 10 years that we've been around. And what that means, I know it's a mouthful and might not translate well to everybody else, but what it means is we were recognized as one of the best community media stations across the nation for what we do in public education and government broadcasting, voted on by our peers through a multiple contest situation. We've never reached that level ever, as it says in the 10 years here. This is a big time acknowledgement for us, not only to be recognized on this level from a national standpoint, but to be recognized for like I said, the 3 pillars that we focus on: the public, the education, and government. It's not one area that we're doing a good job in, it's all 3. So it's something that I was extremely proud of our staff. We got to go to San Jose, California and accept the award and kind of meet everybody else from across the country that does this stuff. So it's been really nice to kind of see how Independence Television has been talked about on a national level and respected on a state level the last few years. I can't stress that enough, that in the community television world or realm that we are in, we're doing good things, and that's why I'm here tonight. So this was a huge, huge deal for us. You can also see at the bottom with the Philo Festivals, it's more of a regional competition that we entered. We again were recognized as overall excellence finalists for this one, but just kind of another feather in our cap, and some other programs that were recognized and some student winners as well. It was a fantastic year for us from this award standpoint, and I was extremely proud of our staff for being recognized at this level, so thank you. But with the successes come goals for 2025. As I've kind of touched on, we're going to continue to explore revenue options, including helping the Michigan Community Media Association and other entities with statewide efforts to enforce and modernize PA 480. That's the Uniform Video Services Local Franchise Act of 2006. This is kind of what I was touching on earlier with traditional cable companies being listed in this. Now more modern internet service providers are not listed in this. So that needs to be modernized to kind of include them as a video service provider and pay their fair share for using the right of ways. Another goal is we're going to be developing a working equipment list. We have one kind of currently, but we want to kind of update it. We have a lot of e-cycling that we're going to be doing. As we've gotten a lot of new equipment in, we need to start taking equipment out and just making sure we get rid of it properly, but we're also going to try and condense what we have and kind of take a more judicial approach to our equipment to make sure we know what we have, we know when its end of life is coming up, so we can kind of develop a pretty, comprehensive CIP list moving forward. And lastly, I'd like to continue to improve our community presence at events across Clarkson and Independence Township, promoting the media program at the high school. I think if we start there, we can continue to build the great program that we have over the last 10 years plus, and continue to give back to the community by training and promoting and getting more people jobs in the state of Michigan through the video production field. So, and also to just show the community resource that we offer. A lot of people, might have a stigma as far as what like community access television is. We're trying to break that a little bit. And to do so, we need to get out there and tell people what we're doing, and that starts here with what I'm doing now. So, so what's up next for us? As you can see, these are some of the events that we're going to be going to or going to be at. And we're going to be at Easter on the Farm with the Clarkson Family Farm, one of our agencies that we work a lot with, as well as the Clarkson Area Youth Assistance with their Youth Recognition Ceremony on April 24th. And then we'll be at the Riverdog Clarkson Classic Baseball Tournament, April 25th and 26th, to do kind of a fun highlight of their 30th year so far. So with that, any questions for me? I have a video to show as well to close out my presentation. I suppose I can take questions after that if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Having a partnership with Independence Television has allowed us to share what we do with our wider community.
It adds an element of transparency and access for everyone in our community.
What a gem this community resource is. We didn't know what we were doing, still don't really, but the people at Independence Television definitely do.
It's one of the greatest jobs I've ever had. I will never look back on this opportunity that I've got.
Meeting coverage, graduation, ribbon cuttings, event coverage. We do it all, and it's with the help of these wonderful people. So this is who we are. Thank you for your time. Any questions?
I just like to make a comment, John. I was very impressed by your presentation. I think it is very important and helpful at the same time to showcase all the great things Independence Television does. I remember back in high school we had video production classes, and they were pretty sophisticated for the time, but there was this disconnect between the public access and the schools. So I think the marriage between the township and the school district's been incredible, because you meld resources with human capital, that being the kids who are very eager to participate. So just keep up the great work. One question I have is, how do people get engaged for whether it's a one-off or a regular recurring program? They've got a vision. Does your team educate people on how to use the equipment? Do they need to bring their own volunteers, or do you provide camera people, et cetera?
No, that's a good question. So we engage the public. Right now we have some different ads that go through the Clarkson News, but we also do a lot of social media promotion, and then also through the cable channels as well. But when someone wants to come in and use the studio and everything like that, we always have staff members on hand to kind of walk through all the equipment, because it can kind of be overwhelming and stuff. But also, we just don't want you to break it too. But yeah, we educate through that whole process, just just how to use it, if they have any questions, but we always have staff members on hand to kind of assist with that too. So we share not only our equipment, but our knowledge and expertise.
And one other, what are the hours of operation for the public's benefit?
During the school year, it's a little different. So typically after school, 2:30 to 5:30 when I'm there, Monday through Thursday, and then we have some hours on Friday as well.
Great, thank you.
No problem.
I don't have a question, I just have a statement that I've been on the video board for a couple of years, and I just do appreciate the work that you do, because I've seen year after year the numbers increase, the programming increase, and all the things that you've brought. You brought the camp, and that has changed a lot, which is more community involvement. And I just wanted to state that you do a wonderful job over there, and I appreciate what you do for the community.
Thanks. It takes a full staff, I will say that. We do have 2 other full-time staff members that work, Matthew Blows, the media teacher, and who I've mentioned before, Matt Legato, who's running our meeting tonight, and also does planning and zoning for us too, and then a plethora of part-timers that kind of, spread across the community to make sure we can cover as much ground as possible.
Great. Excellent.
I too have been a longtime fan of your work, John, and your department. And I think it's great how you've sort of melded in with our PIO position as well with Lauren. And I think that's great. Your relationship, I think, has really grown between the two of you, and you guys do really well at, I think, tossing ideas back and forth amongst each other, so that that even better presents the township. And I think that's a wonderful companionship, courtship, whatever you want to call it, but working relationship. So I appreciate
It sure is. Lauren's fantastic to work with. Having someone like that at the township side, especially for me, it's invaluable to have a team member like that where we can build and create these ideas to better, increase transparency from the township side and do all these different things to engage our audience wherever they are. It's not traditional cable anymore. It's everywhere. And to have someone like Lauren to work with it's fantastic. So I'm happy with how everything's been progressing in that nature.
Anyone else? Great job.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Have a nice day, everybody.
Thanks. Next up, there's no carryover items. The consent agenda. Request to approve Board of Trustees special meeting minutes of March 13th, 2025, and regular meeting minutes of March 18th, 2025. Request to approve the March 25th, 2025 check run, including ACH of $572,710.18, and ratify the March 14th, 2025 payroll, $341,784.95. Request to approve Brady Lodge rental with alcohol, Saturday, September 6th, 2025. Request to approve Brady Lodge rental with alcohol, Saturday, May 10th, 2025. Request to adopt resolution number 2025-013, designate the township DPW director and the township supervisor as the township's authorized representative for execution of the Clean Water State Revolving Fund project documents. Request to adopt resolution number 2025-014, designate the township DPW director and the township supervisor as the township's authorized representatives for execution of the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund project documents. If I could have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? All right. No items removed. Next up is regular business. Seeing none. No closed sessions. There's several communication items here. Minutes from the Downtown Development Authority Board and minutes from the Planning Commission and board member comments. Trustee Tedder?
Thank you. Apologize for being a couple minutes late. But I did want to remind the public on May the 8th, Clarkson Rotary Club, in partnership with the Township and the Parks, Recreation, and Seniors Advisory Committee, is hosting a garden gala to Again, all the proceeds will go to reinvigorate and inspire the growth and rebirth of our community garden. This is but phase one. This property there's a vision beyond the garden itself, but this is more or less phase one. Again, as I've mentioned, we've already made a donation as an organization, but this is another opportunity to provide some more seed funding so that the township's burden is a little lighter. As the expectation will be that the township would continue to support this into the future and maintain it accordingly. So that, again, is May the 8th. You can go to clarkstonrotary.org. There is now a banner. You can click on the banner. You can select and purchase tickets right there. With your credit card, there is a small processing fee, but very convenient. We have the VIP reception that begins at 5:30, so that'll include local and state officials and perhaps some federal officials as well. That'll be a 5:30 to 6:30 VIP networking, and then the actual event is from 6:30 to 8:30. So the tickets for general admission are $100 and $150 for the VIP reception. So really hopeful that we can rally behind supporting the township and supporting the community garden, and that's again May the 8th.
Excellent. Anyone else? If I could get a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All set.
Did you second? I thought I
did.
heard somebody say.
I thought
okay.
someone else.